Shawnee B.
So it's your boy Shawnee B. Different settings. I just saw you a couple of weeks ago. Kabaka Pyramid. Saw you at Sumfest. First of all, how was Sumfest for you, boy? You light a piece of fire upon the stage, boy.
Yeah, man, it was a vibe still. It was a vibe. Like, we did have big plans going in and big bands, hand section, everything. And, yeah, man, well received. You know, early morning. We didn't want to go on a little earlier still. But, you know, we're representing at the 5:30, see the sunrise. And, as I said, burn a little fire, get some things off the chest. You know, it was a good vibe, man. Good vibe overall.
There was a particular part of the show where you was speaking to the critics, speaking to the ones that want to talk about Rasta and all of this. It felt like you wanted to get that off of your chest, and you did it in the true Jamaican way on a stage show with lyrics. It felt like it could have been Sting. It felt like it could have been Champions in Action. It felt like a nuts come with a fresh lyrics, and it's not always that we get that in the stage shows right now.
Yeah, it not happens so often again. But you don't know, it was good for see people reaction to that. I remember Baby G did I say remind him of some classic Ninja Man.
Yeah.
It's like I did I ever expect them comparison there, you know what I mean? But you don't know. We put in work over the years and we know for deal with stage show, and we know say it's a topic where, as you said, we deal with it the right way, address it through music, lyrically. You know, because whole heap of talking, whole heap of argument. The argument them will never stop. You know, from you engage with it, it just go back and forth, and people draw out your energy. So, you know, we never really want that. We just address it through the music, and, you know, it look like people satisfied.
And then back on the road again.
Yeah, back on the road. You don't know the whole year we are tour hard since the Grammy. And it's just been great. You know, everything just been up, and the show I improve, everything I improve. The festival, them, the billings on the festival, them, everything been up, you know, so it's a good vibe.
What's been the response to the songs from The Calling?
Yeah, man, top, you know, people, them love Red, Gold and Green, obviously, that are the big song from the project. We close every show with The Calling, you know, Grateful, great reception, you know, always good crowd response to Grateful, and Mystic Man, especially too. You know what I mean? We do songs like Stand Up, plus me sing little Bob Marley Stand Up with it, so we kind of bridge the gap them with the music. And yeah, man, great, man. The people, them love, them want to hear more songs from the album, but we kind of mostly do the singles them and then couple other songs that wasn't singles, you know?
Since the Grammy win and since you being on the road, have you seen an increase in the streaming numbers as well?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. There was a big spike with the Grammy, and obviously it circled back a little bit, but circle back on a higher level for sure, and you can see say, you know, people more fans in tune to what go on since the Grammy and thing. And yeah, man, it's great. The playlisting, you know, where I get good support from the platform them and thing, and yeah, man, it's a good look.
And I know that you're back in the studio as well, because I've come and broke your little schedule for the day. I know you're not doing no promo run, but that's Shani, you get me?
Naturally, if anybody who have to link with Shadi, you know what I mean, and it's a good vibe. But yeah, I have a song I work on. It's actually a collaboration with Luciano. So I go studio, go record my part. And but yeah, we're always working. I always have my setup with me. You know, I record some ideas. I work on some production too. So I have some rhythm I work on and send out to a couple of artists and thing. And you know, I love the production thing as well. You see me? So yeah, we learn all heap just over the years. I work with gang too and things. So I kind of take that forward into my process, and you know, yeah.
I have to big you up as well for the single or the song on Alba Rosie's album as well. Like my son was at Sumfest with me, and he was like, "Is he gonna perform the song with Alba Rosie?"
Yeah, for real, big tune. Now sell out, you know. Yeah, cause enough people see the success and feel like say you must bow, forget it. You know, a whole heap of them kind of argument there, so it's good for address them thing with the music. Say Rasta for successful too and have things and have nice studio and nice house and, you know, and them thing. But we not switch up what we do, forget it.
100%.
You know, yeah, still a liberty.
Well, we've spoken about the Grammys so many times. We've spoken many different things, but one to speak to you today about is your love of hip hop, because it is the celebration of 50 years of hip hop music, and it's a big moment for black music overall, because this is music that come from the streets. This is music that really come from Jamaica because of Kool Herc. What do you know about the history of hip hop and Kool Herc?
So we know Kool Herc come from out of Trenchtown. You know, he moved to the Bronx and him bring sound system culture, toasting, them kind of vibe to New York, and that birthed the whole vibe with hip hop. Also Grandmaster Flash I get for understand. I haven't checked it myself, but somebody tell me say him have a Jamaican, connection to, or at least Caribbean. I think maybe Barbados. So when you pre Cool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, Jamaica, Barbados, Caribbean is really our culture, kind of spawn it and things. So it's really great to see, the progress over the years and the connectivity. So I love to see the collaboration them between the reggae dancehall acts and the hip hop acts them over the years, and the cross cultural, you know, them borrow from we, then we borrow from them, and you know what I mean. And then me forward up in a time where you have cable TV and yeah, watch BT and MTV, and me I see the video of them, and that's how me get introduced to hip hop as like a fan. Different from songs where you just hear from time to time. Start to really follow it up and start to, you know, say, oh, that are my artist, this are my rapper, and then that end up groom how I became as an artist, because really the lyricism factor from hip hop did really get me into it. You know what I mean? And we see like myself and even other artists who heavily influenced like Cartel and Baby Sham. You can hear the hip hop influence in the early, music, Assassin, Sasko, and so them artists them needed love to early Sean Paul too. When we there at school we listen to Sean Paul, full of lyrics. It kinda did have this like a hip hop kind of flow to it. You know what I mean? Spragga Benz, lyricists. So I did always into the lyricist them, and hip hop was always something that I want to see more of the gap I get bridge. But yeah.
On your initial project, Lead Away, there was a lot of hip hop influence that was on there.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I linked you 10 years ago now, and we spoke about it. That I was like, yo, what made me gravitate to the project was the mix of dancehall and hip hop, because I'm coming from a world of KRS-One and these kind of people that bridged, no pun intended, but they bridged like dancehall and hip hop together. The bridge is over, bum bum ba da dum bum bum bum. That's where I'm coming from. Yeah, and then you have the links of people like Biggie that is attached to Jamaica. So you always
Rhymes change like the weather with Bounty Killer and all of them songs there. Hip hop, Fugees and Bounty. Coca Brothers. So I did love how Bounty always a link with the rapper them, and always I drop some fire verse on it. Because sometimes you have some collab over the years where it never so mesh. But we love to see when it really mesh and thing. But yeah, it's from them time I've always been the type of artist where I want to bridge the gap and bring that like a hip hop kind of lyricism to reggae, and a little bit of the boom bap, kick snare, boof buff kind of vibe. Similar to Gang, cause to me one of the blueprints them of my whole musical sound is Road to Zion. When you pre that song with Gang and Nas, and just the beat and the flow them and everything, and like Gang can perfectly represent as a DJ sing J, and Nas can perfectly represent as a rapper on the same sound, and it just sound everybody, you gotta get the best out of it.
It's crazy about that album. And when I think about the whole hip hop and dancehall collabs, I didn't even think about that album, But it's crazy about that album, and I think everybody would agree, Damien out-rapped Nas.
For sure. And remember, Road to Zion was on Jamrock album. But then, obviously, that collab led to Distant Relatives.
Album.
Yeah, I know, but you're right, though. Like, I do think Distant Relatives, the beat them kind of more suited Gang to me. You got the hip hop influence, but it was almost like a world music project with kind of reggae instrumentation and things. So I don't think you got to hear the best kind of flows and cadences from Nas.
You're being nice.
But it's still, I mean, but Gang rise to a different level on the album there.
With this music, whether it's hip hop or dancehall, and this is why you know that they are distantly related or closely related, like blood cousins.
Yeah.
If you put two MCs on a record together,
it
doesn't matter what the subject matter is. Who outdid who?
Yeah, no,
you
for
put
sure,
a posse cut on.
Sure.
Who took it? You get what I'm saying?
No, 100%. And you have to give it to Gang. No doubt. But it's like, to me, if everything did sound like Road to Zion, then it would be more of an even playground.
You sound like a Nas fan.
No, me's a Nas fan for sure, but me's equally a gang fan or even more of a gang fan. But I'm just saying, it's like
You don't want to mess up that collab with Nas.
to me, like me didn't want Distant Relative sound like 15 Road to Zion.
I love the sound of Distant Relatives.
You know, no, it's a brilliant album. You know, very diverse sonically too. You know what I mean? As I say, it's more like a world music sounding album to me. Like samples from all over, you know, Africa and different cultures and everything. But it's like you see this the drum pattern and the swing in a Road to Zion.
That's your thing.
That's the like nah I mean. Them song like, you know what I mean?
So
Where they put a whole for them Nas get for flow like hip hop really give them real proper hip hop style on that. Even though I still think Gang took that song.
Yeah.
You know, Gang argument.
His
them,
intro on it,
yo.
like I think come on now.
Come on. Yeah, it's a problem. But Gang, but even when you pre like I think it's on Jamrock album, the Gang with Pimpers Paradise with Black Thought. A rap on that, you know.
But you see, the thing is, you're all from a generation that have come up via cable, TV.
Exactly.
You would have seen the BETs and all of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So you would have had access to that music, different to the way. If Beanie Man was to rap now, Beanie Man would sound like, you remember Snaggerpuss? Or Dickie Ranks or something. It's proper old school, like Sugar Hill rap, kind of hip hop. He be there. So it's kind of advanced. You get what I'm saying?
Different flow. Yeah, we come up in at the advance when like hip hop really get super technical and super like complex with the flows them and the multi-syllable lyrics and all of them thing. And that is, to me, that is what Cartel come out of. That's why Cartel was so lyrically advanced. Like, to me just feel like Cartel did a listen a whole heap of Eminem. Like, in a 97, 98, 99. Them time, to me, Eminem, lyrically, is like, it's hard to say anybody was going harder than the man. Just in terms of rhymes and cadences and skills. Yo, the man, like, only Big Pun, maybe Cannabis, you could have said, like, you know, was in other realms there.
Lyrics
just
flowing.
Trust me. But that is an interesting thing because I feel like in hip-hop, when people say a lyricist, they think more about the technical skill set. But like in Jamaica, it's more about your argument. It's more about what you say.
Someone like Papa San.
Exactly.
A Stitchy.
Yeah.
Real lyricists from them times.
Exactly.
Lyrics.
Them I tell story with the lyrics. It's about how much the lyrics connect to you. So it's like people see me do me not listen when them talking freestyle and them something they on the show and them say, but me never know Kabaka lyricist. Like me, you know. Me I see people I tweet them thing there.
Seriously?
Yeah, but because my lyrics is more like a hip-hop vibe. It's more like technical, so it will fly over people's head. But it's like when the lyrics are connect, with every line just a connect one after the other. And them thing that people consider lyrics of Jamaica.
But the joke is now, in a dancehall, I would say a lot of the youths, the underground youths as well, they're lyricists.
Them super lyrical, because to me everything get more technical. Man, them rhyme scheme them get more complicated. Man like Chronicler, top rhymer. Woo. Massacre, top rhymer, Idonia, and the young youth them grow off of that generation. Them man they don't know enough about 90s Bounty Killer and them and Baby Sham. Them is Idonia and Cartel, them man they study. And when you base your thing off of that and you are try outshine that lyrically, or even if you just get a piece of it, you're going to be lyrically oriented. You know, so the youth them have lyrics, man. Skilly bang when you pre. Them man, they think they're normal.
I'm not going to get him in trouble, people. So I'm not going to ask him who is the number one lyricist right now. I'm not going to do that. If it was another podcast, he would have asked that. But Shani not going to ask that.
I mean, no, but we can't get in no trouble for that.
All right, who is your number one lyricist right now in a dancehall?
In a dancehall, it's not the youngest or the newest, but to me, I think Massacre have the lead. You know, you can't go around the man.
When you listen to Tyrant, he's saying some things in there.
The man sick, bro. The man sick. And you know, me and him have sung from long time, Choppings, where we just go back and forth lyrically. So, but yeah, you know.
Here's a question. Who do you think has influenced more? Do you think hip hop has influenced dancehall more, or dancehall has influenced hip hop more? Wow.
I think pre-2000s, dancehall influenced hip hop more. Post-2000, hip hop influenced dancehall more.
That's fair. That's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I definitely think that's fair.
that switch over, because once we start watching TV more, it's like we are incorporate the thing them and the slang them and the dress and even the production too. Is like everything kind of sound like trap. You know what I mean? Whereas before it's like them man they like most deaf and enough of them man they Tribe Called Quest. Them a talk about Sound Clash. Them a talk about Rude Boy. Them a talk about them kind white. You know what I mean?
Mad Lion and all them.
Exactly. So there was this super like Jamaican sound system, New York culture influence on the music and on culture in general.
I think you could see that.
Yeah.
Where string vests, cut up jeans,
Yep.
rag in a back pocket.
Exactly.
Even
Marine,
all of them sitting there. Well, I call it string vest, you call it Mesh Marina.
There
You get what I'm
there
saying?
you
But even like in the 90s, like click suits and all the rest of it,
Yeah.
even though it was like American wear, it was the yard man them that
Yard
made
man
it
them
like
that bust
popular.
it, exactly.
And then when I was speaking to Top Man the other day in Jamaica, he comes from a bay. He was chatting about, the swag like the Americans. And I was like, yo, you just give me a culture like that, dog.
Yeah, no.
Like, I have a little bit of your Jamaican swag in that. Mesh Marina,
sure.
off it there, innit? You get what I'm saying?
True that.
Man, them not even wear Mesh Marina anymore. It's like the gal them are wear Mesh Marina right now. I come out to that party and these things, you get me?
100%.
So, Kabaka, what I wanted to really get to the crux of is, I know that you're a hip-hop lover.
Yeah.
And I remember that we spoke about it 10 years ago. I know you're a Biggie fan over Tupac. I know all the answers to this.
Facts.
Why you laugh like that when I say that? Well, because you know the comments are going to be fire on that.
Yo, the Tupac fan, them loyal still, you know,
they
man.
come like Beyonce fans.
Yo, trust me, brother. But nah, Biggie straight.
So what I want you to do is to select me your top 5 hip-hop songs and just talk me through them. Those top 5 songs. Your top 5 hip-hop songs to celebrate 50 years of hip-hop. The Grammy winner from dancehall and reggae. So your first song will be
Wu-Tang Triumph.
Whoa. You've gone in from that. Whoa.
Yo, people who know me know say Wu-Tang is where it all began for me.
36 chambers and everything, yeah?
36 chambers. But the thing is, I started in 96. I got cable in 96. So that was the Wu-Tang Forever album. And then I had to go dig up 36 chambers and then start for, really going on some cash rules, everything around me. Bring the ruckus, protect your neck, all of them something. Me did have to go back and listen to them thing there. But at the time, like Triumph, a bomb atomically, Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't define it while we dropping these mockeries. Lyrically perform armed robbery, flee with the lottery. Possibly they spotted me. Yo, so for those who don't know, Triumph was like the lead single from the Wu-Tang Forever double album. I think in 96 or 97 it dropped. And it had all the members of the Wu-Tang on it. It had no chorus. Every man just a spit like a cipher. And everybody's part in the video, the whole scenery changed. So, yo, remember that they just blow my mind completely away, brother. And the man, them a rock these wallabies, them have them who wear wallaby clocks, them custom things.
They had a yard vibe about them as well.
Yard vibe about the man, them. And it was all about this 5% nation, what's today's mathematics. It's like them have this knowledge.
A lot of physics.
A lot of, metaphysics, a lot of consciousness in the man them thing, but they mix it with the rude boy thing and the streets. And so it was just a perfect balance for me, and everybody just come with unique flow, unique vibe. Everybody sound different. And so that song epitomized my fandom of Wu-Tang.
So when you chat about Wu-Tang and you chat about Posse Cuts, my favorite Wu-Tang song is Winter Wars.
Yeah.
That I think was on the Don't Be a Menace.
Let me show you my list. I wrote a little list for today.
Oh,
But I didn't know about. Look at that.
Oh, Winter Wars, yeah.
Capadonna verse. You heard of the raps before, but kept waiting on the son of song. I keep dancehall strong.
Yo, brother, that verse there are the greatest verse in that hip hop for me.
I'm telling brother.
Are the greatest verse in that hip hop for me.
All time.
You just wait till you get to the end. And that was the last verse of that song.
Brother.
So are you really going to go triumph over Winter Wars?
Because, no, you don't know. The fans them now got to know Winter Wars like that. The real hip-hop heads like me and you are going to know it. But it's like me didn't want to do some song where it give you a window into the world. Right. But like, as a whole entire song, me just say triumph though. But that Capadonna verse, brother, is a problem. Absolute problem. But it dep on my list. I don't know if I gotta go top 5, but it did it.
It's top 5 for me.
Yo,
well, then again, you know what? There's a lot of songs.
Songs.
But for me, for Wu-Tang, it's got to be that song.
Yeah, for sure.
So, next song number few. What's your second song in Kabaka's top 5?
I have to go with one of the GOATs. I mean, I could have go Road to Zion because it's the best of Nas, best of Gang. If we're sticking strictly with hip hop, I'm going Nas. I have a song named Nas's Life.
Freedom of jail, clips inserted. A baby's being born, same time a man is murdered. The beginning and end. As far as rap goes, it's only natural. I explain my plan.
DJ Premier,
Primo. Yo, that epitomized Nas to me. That's Nas at in pinnacle.
I think that song was Nas getting back to what Nas did. Because after Illmatic, I think the commercial success once the Lauryn Hill collab.
It was written album, him to get the commercial vibe and then him did dip a little bit, then him come back with Nas's Like, and it's like, yo. But to me, the song that just, as I said, epitomized everything. The song is like, when you pre Nas's Like, he's talking about himself, everything about what he's like, and the beat just... I remember it's one of them songs there, because them time they may download like MP3s, you know. See, me never know enough of the album them. Certain album I did know, but remember I just listen to that song there all day, every day, just over and over and over and over, and it just the sound, the beat, the flows, them, the scratching with the sample them.
Can we talk about DJ Primo?
Genius, man, genius, like. Primo production so consistently great over the years, like, and him a come from the 80s, but obviously Gangsta. Me more know like the 90s stuff.
You gotta check out the Gangsta. No More Mr. Sure. Nice Guy, the first album, crazy.
Mad, yeah man. Me remember Gangsta did still there, but when me just a listen, and so Guru, I one of my top rapper them and thing, you know. But me maybe never go so deep into and listen them whole catalog like that still, but. Primo, Primo easily top 5, maybe top 3 hip hop producers.
Outside of your circle of producers, would Primo be in your top 5 producers to work with?
Definitely. 100%. 100%. No doubt. You can work with Primo.
Have you put in that call?
Somebody did try and make a link. I think Danger Mentals are one of them man there one time. But I'm sure if I really push it, you know. Yeah.
I think that should happen.
That would be sick.
Primo cutting up some yard samples.
But can we talk about this though? Because it's like, you are one of the few like influential people in reggae that embrace my love of hip hop. I feel like there is a history of like a tension between hip hop and reggae dancehall, where maybe somebody in like your position in London, in New York, maybe had to fight with the urban space, which hip-hop probably dominates, just to get reggae some play, get dancehall some play.
You know what my story is? I was a hip-hop DJ when I started out. So I was buying Public Enemy, I was buying Ace in Action, Letter to the Better, Big Daddy Kane, Stetson Sonic, Ultramagnetic MCs. It was 2 Yard Man that introduced me properly to dancehall, like properly, and they were like, Sean, if you can scratch like this with all of what you're doing, and then you blem up the dancehall with it. So I've always had the love for both sides of the music, and my thing was, I understood the hip hop and R&B world, and I knew that if I blend it with remixes, That's
I
what
started in with sound system. Me start in like the Renaissance, like Black Chinese, Code Red, like them the name Black Talon at the time. So them sound the copper shot, a beer dancehall pan hip hop beat. So you remember Cool Edit? We just two track.
Come on, man.
Me used to get the little mono acapella and the mono beat and take a little sample of one bar and calculate the time and then take one bar of the vocal and then stretch it based on the little ratio and make my remix them in like 3 minutes.
That's how I met Rodigan. How I met Rodigan was
Crazy.
making remixes.
Yeah.
I was a UK Black Chinese Renaissance.
Yeah,
I'm me give my around, they hate me now remix certain boy. We not want a friend from them. It's not DJ Kareem, it was Shawnee B.
Crazy.
1999, first time I met Mataran. That's why we are like that.
Them dub they used to shit. Remember Fully Loaded, man?
Yeah,
Oh
fully
my
loaded.
God.
And that's why I can't complain about the sound of the music now. Because what we was doing back then, myself, Delano, Kareem, Super Dopes, all of them kind of...
Our lyrics sound over hip-hop type of drums and them something there. Yeah.
That's what I embrace what I go on with right now.
True.
So,
I can see that. To me, sometimes the content get a little bit out of whack, but just from a cadence, lyrics,
100%.
flow, the beat them bad too. Like the beat them have a bunks. They maybe not as easy for certain cultures to dance to, like 90s dancehall and them things. Some kind of get why it maybe not popping in certain circles, but for us as urban people, like Caribbean people, I think them bad. Them are go on.
for real.
Just love certain things.
Track number 3 to celebrate 50 years of hip-hop. Where we going in the catalogue now?
We have to drop in a Fugees, I'm not telling a lie.
Wow.
We have to drop in a Fugees. We could pick anyone, Fuji La.
We used to be number 10, now we permanent in 1. In the battle, lost my finger. Mike became my arm. Also, it's an angel.
Anything from the album there. Just classic.
The score.
The score. Anything from the score. You know what I mean? Just such a brilliant album. And I remember visiting England for the first time, 1996, in the summer. This is right before starting high school, and that album just did a lock the whole of England. Like every radio station, all day, every day, are just Fugees. Remember where I'd run up and down London, I'd do like a shopping and them thing, and it's like just have the Fugees alone and lock down the whole of yard too. You know what I mean? Just such a top, easily top 10 all-time hip-hop album.
How did you get introduced to Fugees? Was it, because I think the first time I saw Lauryn Hill, I think could have been Sister Act or something like that. Yeah, when I attached the voice to the face and thought, who is it? I think it all happened around the same time.
I think it was that same summer when I fought to England. You know what I mean? Because we probably just got cable that same year. So if anything, I was just catching on to everything we were going in a hip-hop at the time. You know what I mean? But when I forward now, that was like when Fugees was just dominating totally. Because when I first get cable, it was like P. Diddy and the family, like Biggie just dead. Because Biggie died in March 96, the same year. And, it's just P. Diddy, more money, more problems. That was the biggest song. But then when Fugees drop in, man, just took over. And I think that's what me really get introduced to them, and then you do your little research on them histories and all of that,
It's odd because I could call you Kabaka Mali right now, you get what I'm saying? Because you're amongst the Mali family. When I see you rolling with Damien, it's a brother link. But with Wyclef, you could see he wanted to be a Marley. Yeah, maybe even Lauren as well. She get in at the family. You know what I'm saying? She in at the family. But there was something about the Fugees and this reggae kind of groove and reggae sound, dancehall sound, the Jamaica sound was attached to that sound.
That's why I have to mention them. Anytime I talk about hip hop and Jamaica connection, Fugees, man. I remember them have the hip hopper song with Bounty. That's mad. Did that make the album? Did that make the score?
You know what? It wasn't on the score. It wasn't on the score.
It dropped I think
it was on Killer's album. I think it was on My Experience.
Yo, Michael Jackson brought you children, bring down all the gunman holler, refugees and bounty kill. Yo, mad tune.
That light up a beach, if I remember. I think that light up a Fully Loaded or something like that.
Trust me, no, man. Yeah, definitely.
So Kabaka Pyramid with your boy Shani B chilling in the sun right now. Even the camera lock off. That only ever happened to me in Jamaica. Complete lock. It hot. It kind of warm out here. You get what I'm saying? It's nice to be out here chilling like this in the sun of South London. So we're at track number 4. Is it getting harder for you right now?
Yes, because I just have few left. Like, what am I going to drop in now? Who may I miss out? Alright. We can go a little deeper with that one, yeah?
Go on. It's 50 years. Let's show our knowledge and our depth here. Because this is why I wanted to do it, because I'm a hip-hop fan. So I wanted to speak of my knowledge of hip-hop, bruv.
Let me see if you... Well, you must know this, because your name Shani B. You know a song in 4, 3, 2, 1?
Hey yo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blaze the hot.
Transact to sound like Kevin. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mamone, Mac Cow, come and get some.
You're chatting about last verse, yeah? When I was in Jamaica.
Yeah.
When I was in Jamaica just the other day. You say, oh man, I forget up people. When I was in Jamaica just the other day.
Yeah.
I can't remember what song my son was playing. But it's a new song that had the groove of 4, 3, 2, 1. And I said to my son, you've got to listen to this song. And what you got to listen for, I'm going to see if you agree with me, is the final verse from LL Cool J, clotting cannabis.
Yeah,
and the production.
But that's the thing. The man had a verse. Then him get all the features and then rewrite him verse. That's what the man did it.
So it's a sneak attack.
It's a sneak attack. That's why I can't rate LL.
No, no, what I do.
If cannabis fan,
no, wait. So if a man come on your album and drop a verse, and you feel say he's neatly clotting you, and you feel that even his verse is tight, you're not gonna re-record your verse.
I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah, but not say some shit that disrespect the man.
And then keep his verse on there.
Talk about the mic and the arm.
Yeah,
that's why I would have dropped in second round knockout in this as well.
You sound like a cannabis fan. You sound like a cannabis fan.
Loyal cannabis fan, brother.
So you are a cannabis fan?
Brother, cannabis. I'm a rapper for at least 3 years, man. I listen nothing but cannabis.
And then his link with Wyclef, Fuji.
Yeah, it never work out so commercially, but at least Wyclef saw the vision. He saw the vision, brother.
So you're not happy with the final verse from LL Cool J then?
No, bro. No, I'm gonna rate LL like that. It's a bad verse still. If I'm being non-biased, it's a bad verse.
But then at the same time, DMX's verse on there was brutal.
For sure. The whole song, just such a top color. Method was on it too.
It was DMX, I think was Redman on it, I believe.
Maybe Jada or one of them, man.
You know, I can't remember. I can't remember the full lineup. I can't remember the full lineup, but
just a bad the beat, the swing, like. Nah, man.
I'm impressed by your hip hop knowledge still. You get what I'm saying? That's not deep. That's semi-deep still. You get what I'm saying?
We could have got deep. We could have got much deeper, but it's just in terms of, cause it had a video, so you know, say. We could go non-singles.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We could go Jizzle, Liquid Swords. Like,
all of that. But you know, we're also talking about 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Could we chat about the production on there?
Sick. The beat, who did the beat though?
Eric Sermon.
Okay.
You know where Eric Sermon come from?
EPMD?
Okay. We chat about. So what you saying?
Big
payback.
Beats. He's like really a producer?
Eric Sermon.
I just know him as a rapper.
No, so even the song that he's got with Marvin Gaye, just like, dude, that's Eric Sermon.
That's crazy.
Eric Sermon, that sound, all of that is Eric Sermon.
Okay, that's
all of that.
Big tune.
What was the name of the squad that he was part of with Redman and all of them? Oh God, yeah.
Def Squad.
Def Squad.
Yeah, man.
Def Squad.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All of that stuff. I'm sure even like EPMD, Headbanger and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure he produced all of that stuff.
I never really checked to see who was doing them stuff. Yeah.
I'm a massive EPMD fan.
Big.
You got to chill. It's my thing.
Never have like a Wu-Tang vibe about them, you know. At least PMD, like P.
You know what it is? What I loved about EPMD? is that they were smooth.
Smooth.
So when it was like, the flows were.
Well, E for sure.
Eric
E was
Sermon,
the smoothest.
His voice.
Him and Mr. Cheeks are probably the two like smoothest
Boy, man.
just rappers.
Who is this guy right now? I'm so glad that we have done this to celebrate 50 years of hip hop music. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're listening to your music, what is the percentage of music that you are listening to, Kabaka?
In terms of my music.
As in, just genres. Is it like,
okay, yeah.
How you split up your time with dancehall, hip hop, R&B, alternative stuff?
So it changed over I don't listen a wide variety. That's probably something I should do more. Like if people send me stuff, me will go in on it, but bread and butter straight hip hop and reggae. Like, and it's funny because even dancehall, we listen dancehall. I wouldn't just be like, cause dancehall is not really like an album thing. True. More than so.
Mixtapes.
Yeah, it's like
that's why I think we suffer with streaming for dancehall.
No, for sure. It's like soca. You go out to listen soca.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in your yard. You know what I mean? So it's like hip hop and reggae, like proper reggae. I would say back then it was probably like 60-40, 70-30 hip hop. But now it's probably the other way around. Just because I'm not getting as much hip hop when I resonate with like that. You know what I mean?
Have you found the sound of hip hop to have changed in the same manner that the sound of dancehall and reggae has changed as well?
100%. The trap thing just took over, and those kind of drum sounds and the hi-hats them and all of them thing, and just the approach kind of changed. Everything kind of get a bit more commercial. You still have the man them do the boom bap stuff, but you have to dig up to find it. You still have like the Joey Badasses and them kind of man there where. Them man they give you a vibe, but it's just not the same.
You know what? And I don't want to sound old here, but for me, from the 88s when I started, like 86, 87, producers had an identity. You knew who was Marley Marl. You knew who was Howie T. Everybody had their sound. And then coming into like the 90s with the Primos, them, and everybody had their sound. Pete Rock had his sound. Jay Dilla had his sound. Everybody had. You can listen to a track and say, that's that producer. I think now with the 808s and everything, everybody just sounds like Fruity Loops.
Everybody I use splice. Everybody I go for the same sample, the same loops. It is similar with reggae too. You don't know who maybe like Winter, the last man. Steven obviously gang have a sound too. Cause some might come from out of the studio too. And them have their own style. But like dancehall wise. You don't really know who, you can't tell nobody distinct like that again.
Dave Kelly used to have his sound. Steele and Clevie used to have their sound. Everybody used to have their sound. I think because technology is so easily accessible now, if you're using a plugin...
Some man used to only use certain keyboards. So, the Triton them is like, you can hear about them 50 Cent there with Dr. Dre and certain thing. But,
Everybody used to have their own drums. But now everybody's got their drum pack online. Steven's got his own drum pack online. And you know what I'm saying? And I suppose it's growth, but I think it's taken away from the identity.
The uniqueness.
The uniqueness as well.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So, the final one. There's so much you've missed out, Kabaka. I don't want to mention nothing because I want to see if I sway you for the final one. But there's so much.
Yeah, but it's 5.
It's only 5.
Like, you know what I mean? We're going to fit everything in a 5. What am I missing? I could say.
Biggie.
Well, yeah, we could go Biggie.
You remember, this is what's going to represent you, though. And you know the wicked pun line. Oh, the man for go right here. You see lists. I don't do lists, bruv. You could do them. We don't do them.
I go semi-deep again.
All right, go on.
Because everybody don't know Biggie catalog already. Like, when we did have a couple Biggie right down on my broader list still.
What is your favourite Biggie before you get to your last track? Mine's his Story to Tell.
Story to Tell is bad.
Then 10 Crack Commandments.
Oh yeah, yo, that's that might be the one. I was going to say a little bias, Give Me the Loop, because I did the Kabaka versus Pyramid on it. But it's a bad song when we actually used to listen them time. But 10 crack commandments, boy.
That's code of the
That's
streets,
a
bro.
problem. That's a problem.
If you are gonna sell drugs, go listen to Crack Commandments.
Definitely,
Not I'm endorsing that, but if you are,
no, for sure. Get it from the source. You know? Deal with the thing proper.
that's street Bible music right there, boy.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's just, me never get them. It's like you would know when them song they just come out and you first hear it. It's like I had to go back. So like, as I say, I start listening when Biggie dead. So like, you know, the P Diddy and the family at them time. That's my introduction to Biggie. So like, Victory was a song
I knew
where,
he was gonna say Victory.
and then Dead Wrong.
That's lyrics on there. And Eminem's on there as well. And lyrics in it. And
Problem.
Eminem clouts it on there.
Brother, me never use. There's certain song where me never use someone left a dance until them song they play. Dead Wrong was one of them. You see me? Like, and then remix them pan them beat there. But yeah, we could have got Biggie, but me have to have something with Common, Mos Def, Talib, Respiration.
Yo, on the A-man corner I stood looking at my former hood. Felt the spirit in the wind, knew my friend was gone for good. Through dirt on the casket, the hurt.
Respiration, bro. That's a song right there. That's a song right there, bro. Every man represent and come and take it for me. You know, like, Common to me was the first. I think Kanye influenced by Common. I think definitely Jay-Z, early Jay-Z, him used to use Common style them, like him first fast flow them, and his wordplay influenced by him. Even man like Drake and them man, the way how them man they just say certain things is Common style, all of that, bro. Like the man lyrically is a genius, like poetic, all of that. They mix the conscious with the you know what I mean? All of that vibe. And Mos Def, Talib Kweli, the Black Star. I coulda go Definition with Black Star too. As just top quality music, bro. But Respiration.
What I'm interested in is, because the lineup that you've mentioned there, Common, Talib, like, these are rappers that are known as, they're like educated rappers as such, innit? They're conscious rappers, that's the term that I want to use. Was you a Ras at that time?
When I went in on them and the stuff, yes. I was a Ras at the time.
Did that help your journey as a Rasta, even though they're not Rastafarians, but because of the knowledge that they're spitting?
For sure. I'm somebody me like for see connectivity. Like if I see one little speck of connectivity, you know what I mean? It's like me I blow it up in my mind. So it's almost like them man they was like the Rasta them kind of, you know? And same with Black Thought. And even Black Thought had locks early in the roots. So me always want to hear that, like, Common is a man who will mention Haile Selassie in our music. You know what I mean? It's them kind of vibe there. So I love to see that connectivity and that consciousness in the thing, but still you have to spit. You have to be an MC, you know what I mean? And them man they come from like that B-boy era, so them talk about enough of them kind of stuff. So yeah, I used to love. Enough people say Common soft because I'm kind of go girl tune and him wear pink and all of them things. But if you just play lyrically,
come on, man, flow, lyrics, style, charisma,
everything.
with Tifia Gyal as well.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Like, them man, the thing not normal, bro.
You know what? Have you heard of an artist called, I believe his name was Ras Kassa?
Yeah, man.
Do you remember?
Ras
They were Ras Kass.
So my first artist name was Ras Kass, and it was influenced by him. But my initials is K.A.S. Keran Anthony Salmon.
Because he's got a song that is like 10 minutes long that it will go. I forget the name of the song.
Nature of the Threat.
Yes.
And so him a talk about the whole history from the Bible come up and
I think that's the song.
Slavery and that could have easily been in my top 5. But it's like that's how we're going deep.
No, but that's at them song they used to call on one extra, you know, brother.
Bro, that is crazy. Him that my next one named Interview with a Vampire, where is Jesus, God, and the devil having a conversation. 7 minutes song.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Brother, that him is in my top 5.
Do you know about Jeru the Damager?
Yeah, for sure.
Them
I
man
did a freestyle for one of them beats him like when we did a rap. Yeah, man, them man, they're sick, man, and them man, they talk knowledge, you know?
You know what? I think that you should have a conversation with Cardinal Official.
No,
Because
for sure,
you
I'm
see
a bro that, I'm a bro that.
One time I had this conversation with Cardinal
Yeah.
and we was there forever. Me and him, my favorite rapper is KRS-One.
See it.
Hands down. If you've never listened to him, the album Criminal Minded,
Yeah.
go and check that out. And this was before KRS really got like knowledgeable. But I would no, tell a lie. He was knowledgeable from there, but you could tell he was in the streets. And then his DJ Scott La Rock got killed, and I think that pushed him over to the conscious side with the My Philosophy, Stop the Violence, and all of those kind of songs there. That's why for me, and the way that he's spoken on record and say that he was linked in with a lot of Jamaicans during that time as well. So you can tell. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, KRS. For me, my rapper from that era, Rakim. Like the God MC, bro.
You want us to be here for another hour? What's your favorite? Just before we go, got Eric B. and Rakim. Have you sat down and listened to the Paid in Full album, like track for track?
I believe I did at least once.
Eric B. for President, My Melody, all of that Paid in Full.
No, for sure. Legendary. I mean, you don't, as I said, I catch up them man, they're late. But just, why I rate about Rakim is his ability, like post 96, to still be dropping flows where I compete with what I go on at the time. Because this a man from like the 80s, bro. And the man lyricism and same with Cool G rap. Brother, them man, they...
First record I ever bought as a kid was Cool G Rap and Polo. £5, £4.49. This is Poison.
Crazy.
Second thing I bought was the Criminal Minded album. Because I had a paper round that we used to deliver paper to all the yards and whatever. And my brother came out and run with me. I did it for 1 week. I couldn't bother with it. And you get £6 at the end of the week. And the albums, the American albums at that time cost £8.99. I remember going to the record shop. The man showed me the Criminal Minded album, went home, started to sell sandwiches at school.
Crazy.
And then went back to go and buy the Criminal Minded album. Crazy. So when you're chatting about Cool G Rap on Polo, you know.
Hear how me get to know about some of them, man, yeah. There was a Sway and Tech and DJ Revolution mixtape. I think it dropped like 97 or 98. And that's where me hear, man, like Cool G Rap. I heard Chino XL. I heard enough of them, man, yeah, where. And you know, the younger man them was on it, Eminem was on it, Wu-Tang man them did have a song on it and thing. But like, cause them man they did a try represent all ages of hip hop on that mixtape. So it's like it's that, and that was one of the first CDs I actually bought. You know, I bought that. I bought the P. Diddy and Family album. That was probably the first one. And then I bought the Sway and Tech. I bought a DJ Clue cassette. The Professional. The mixtape. So that straight bangers.
Cold. Is it? It's on DMX. Is on that album.
Yeah, man. Yo, trust me. And then the Jay-Z. But if you ever saw the next place, you never saw the exit. Yeah, bad. Cannabis on it too. Anything where cannabis was on, me did I get that. Because him was on the Sway and Tech. He was on the DJ Clue. You know what I mean? Like, what else I bought? I went to New Jersey in 98, go visit my cousin and my auntie. And we bought those, I think I bought 2 CDs and a mix and a cassette. But yeah, man, hip hop, bro.
Well, what can I say? I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
Likewise.
I think sometimes when we're caught up in our world of what we do and we're so synonymous being in reggae, being in dancehall and reggae, this is all we get to talk about sometimes, but we listen to other things. So to be able to have this conversation with you on the anniversary of 50 years of hip-hop is a blessing, Kabaka, every time.
Sure, man. And if you never hear it, go check out Kabaka versus Pyramid, because it's on the Give Me the Loot by Biggie Beat. And that song, he has like 2 versions of himself robbing a place. So him have the high-pitched voice and the low-pitch. So my song I did with Walchi Fire on the mixtape, it was like me, my DJ voice herself, a battle against my rapper self. And me I talk about my journey through the music, and I'm, you know, the rapper youth I diss up the DJ, but him can't sing and have to use auto-tune, and you know what I mean? Like the whole history of the thing is it. So people pre that the videos on YouTube, like for sure. That show you my love for hip hop right there. So
I just want this interview to manifest Kabaka and DJ Premier.
Yo,
That's
we
all
need
I
that,
want.
We need that.
Imagine that. Him
Yeah,
cutting up 2
and
dancehall vocals.
If we can feature like all a Black Thought and that would have sick too, brother.
We try that out in the universe.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Shawnee B, Brookout, Kabaka Pyramid. It's a good look.